Are you a business owner that is stressed out, anxiety, difficulty sleeping, difficulty focusing, all the above, right? I've got the answer for you right here, right now on the Scale or Fail Show. Welcome to the Scale or Fail Show. I am your host, Allison Maslan. I am also a business mentor and I love business. I have been a business owner for 35 years and my favorite thing to do is to help you, the business owner, break through to the next level. My 10th company is Pinnacle Global Network, and we are the world leader in scaling businesses. My team of CEO mentors and I work with business owners all over the world to help them grow and scale their companies. And speaking of business owners get stressed out, right? You're obsessive, compulsive, you're driven. All of those things can create all kinds of really fun disorders that I'm excited because we've got the answer for you today. An internationally recognized speaker, Dr. Danielle Chavalarias. I could totally mess that up. Pronounce your name for me. I should know this, Dr. Danielle, but I'm terrible at pronunciation. So how is that? I'll redo it.
Dr. Danielle Chavalarias.
I always just say Dr. Danielle. So
yes, exactly. That's much easier.
Okay, let me say it again. Dr. Danielle. Say it again.
Chavalarias.
Chavalarias. Chavalarias. Got it. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Okay. An internationally recognized speaker, Dr. Danielle Chavalarias, and her partner, her business partner, and her daughter, Marie-Laure, are renowned experts in the field of brain power. Dr. Danielle is currently the CEO of Inner Optimal Incorporated and has been helping people improve their brain power to perform at the highest level for over 35 years. Dr. Danielle and Marie and her team have helped people achieve peak performance, improve their memory, improve their focus, achieve less anxiety, beat stress, sleep better. You name it, anything to do with the brain, they can help you. They use cutting edge technology to optimize the brain, and they also achieve amazing results with depression as well, and sleep disorders and addictions, and so many other mental obstacles that really keep people from living a full life. I have seen the work that Dr. Danielle and Marie-Laure do with my family, with people in Pinnacle, that it truly has been transformational. So Dr. Danielle believes a young and vibrant brain is possible at any age. And speak of young and vibrant, that is definitely Dr. Danielle. So welcome, both of you, to the Scale or Fail Show.
Thank you very much, Allison. Thank you for inviting us. It's really a blessing for us to know you, truly.
Oh, well, we've been honored. We've been working together. How many years now? Is it 6 years?
6 years.
Oh, my God.
And and last year, at the end of last year, our business had more than quadrupled, 450% more than when we started.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just love that. Makes me so happy. And the main thing is that, of course, it's helping you to live a better life, both of you and your family, but all the people that you're helping with this work. But let's go back, because you're from France. This is not a secret, right? It's kind of obvious when we hear you speak. Beautiful accent for both of you. So you started the career in France. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I had first 2 publishing houses in Paris. And then after that, I studied naturopathy and I became a naturopathic doctor. It was really the beginning of naturopathy. After that, I was asked by a lot of people where I was giving lectures and classes to create a retreat center where people could come and stay. And so it was the first of the kind in Europe. So I was giving as well lecture all around the world, as I said, about mind power and natural healing. And people were coming to this beautiful place I had created.
Wow.
Yeah, it was something for sure.
And what was that like for you, Marie-Laure, to, grow up with that, having a mom like this is such a powerhouse.
Exactly. And always having a different experience than my friend at school, but also a very dynamic style of life with a lot of traveling and meeting a lot of different kind of people, which was very interesting. And I think it's the origin of my first love, which was sociology. I studied sociology in university, and I think it was the origin of why I was so curious about human behavior. Because when I did my PhD, I was working with the French NASA. I studied human behavior in high-risk situation with the need of high performances. And it was a complex community because it was with scientists and engineers and astronauts. And he helped me to understand, because I was witnessing all of the steps of the fly in space. I was able to understand and witness if the brain is properly trained, the brain have an incredible capacity. I mean, behind what we can imagine. And so that was my first steps. And after, I was very interested about the peak performances, and I studied that as well. And we had family issues. It's how we discover the technology we are using now for our clients. When my first husband left, I have issue with my young boy. He was depressed. He was not focusing at school. He was not following. So we were looking for other alternatives, how we can help him without medicine. And it's how we discover advanced neurofeedback.
Yeah, because at that time, we were already in business for a year. We were offering coaching, classes, the thing we knew, we were doing that here in Encinitas. But then after, based on the easy and fast results we witnessed with neurofeedback, we decided to become trainer and to bring it in our business. So we have been doing that for 14 years now. And on your recommendation, Allison, we developed the international access of neurofeedback. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, because the work is so important, and you're able, and we live in a virtual world now, very much so, we have to be, and now you're able to help people all around the world. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, how people can access this work. What does it really mean to optimize the brain? Like, why do we need to, we work our muscles, we do, our nutrition, but what is it about the brain that why we need to optimize?
So the number one job of our brain is to make us survive. So that it's the whole energy of the brain is to make us survive. The brain do it more or less well. It depends on its ability to process the information the brain receives. Now, because of that, the brain is pushing us to be more and more in automatic mode, in a routine mode, in repetition mode. But that goes against being functioning at our optimal level. When we are young, we are constantly stimulating our brain. We need to learn about numbers, about language. All of our senses are involved. Our brain is fired up in every direction. So we have a lot of plasticity. When we are adult, we need to consciously decide to have action to keep our brain active, to keep our brain plastic, to keep our brain young. Some people use the expression of our brain is shrinking, because if we do not use certain area of our brain, the brain doesn't send any energy or flow of oxygen and all of that too much in this area. Just keep it to the minimum. And so we become less and less innovative, less and less, we take less and less risk, we are less and less open. And so that's why we need to keep our brain not only well balanced. Yes, we need to be well balanced because that makes us feel good. But if we want to reach excellence, if we want to reach the higher level, we need to optimize our brain.
Yeah, so I think this idea of just expecting that it's going to optimize itself, right?
Yeah, let me explain you why. Because yes, the brain naturally adjusts and try to adapt to circumstances. But so why do we have found out why do we need technology? There is two main reasons that neuroscientists have discovered. The first one is we are always too busy, always on the go, always doing something. So the brain does not have enough time to reflect on its own functioning. So like us, not enough time for something, the brain let go. The brain does not adjust properly enough. And the second discovery that neuroscientists have made is that the brain takes the habit to see the brainwave as they are, because it's one of the job of the brain. So it takes the habit to see them as they are. Like you take the habit to go from point A to point B, you take this road and you will keep doing it. So the brain does that. And the brain does not recognize that it could do better than that. So it keeps doing things again and again and again. So that's what neuroscientists have discovered. The brain does not address anymore enough the changes it should do. So as you always promote it, meditation is important. That's for you, for sure, because it really helps us to slow down and to look at things and to receive inspiration. But to reach the level of optimization we reach in few months, 2-3 months with the brain training, you need to meditate 5-8 hours a day for every day for 10 years. And then you will reach this level that neurofeedback can help you reach in few months.
Wow. Which is not realistic, right? And, you know, to meditate for 10 years is...
No, we can't.
Wow. That's, you know, and I mean, gosh, there's so much that you said. First of all, the brain is so powerful, but it also does what it knows. And, you know, but we only use a small percentage of our brain. So the capacity for so much more growth and capability is there. Exactly. So we have to tap into that.
Exactly, it's what scientists have discovered. We don't even use, majority of people don't even use 5% of the neocortex, which is the thinking brain, the one that will give you breakthrough ideas, the brain that will make you grab the opportunity you need to grab. So, and sometimes it could be because of life events, you lose someone you love, you have a big shock about someone you love, or you have, what I have discovered is when you have the tendency to push yourself too much for too long, then it's this survival part of the brain that comes up. And this part wants to keep you safe. So it's difficult to open up to new things. It's difficult to grab opportunities. So it's why to reach your next level of pinnacle, you really, optimization is here to help.
Definitely. And we help you get there in the business, but you help everybody get there in their brain, which helps you become a bit better business owner. So there's so many people, you know, I was talking about earlier, you help people with depression, anxiety, ADD, difficult sleeping. I mean, you can take medication for that, but that doesn't solve the problem. That's masking the problem. I'm such a big proponent of getting to the core of the issue. And a lot of that really stems in the brain, and you help people with that.
Yeah, I think the difficulty sometimes is to see the link between the way we behave, the way we make decisions, the way we react to events, and how our brain is balanced or not. So I think the best way to answer you, Allison, is to take some example of our clients. So
yes, please do.
To be more precise. So for example, Jill, she's a very successful real estate agent. She's very young to have success. She has just a natural for that. And she has the perfect life on the outside. She's pretty, she has a husband, she has a nice house. I mean, people think everything is perfect. But in the inside, she has a lot of insecurity, and she is not able to enjoy life. She's not able to have fun. She's not able to relax. She's not able to have pleasure. She knows something doesn't work properly because she's unable to have fun when she has reached a success she was looking for. So she contacts us, we work with her, and the first things we do when we work with clients is we do assessment. So when we did the assessment, we saw very clearly I will not say everything she had, but one thing she had is chronic anxiety. And so we explained to her, you are dealing with chronic anxiety, the major things we need to work on. And by talking to us, with us, she said, yes, my mother already have anxiety. She was depressed. She has addiction with alcohol. So I'm not surprised you are coming up with that feedback. And so we work with her. She worked with us. We work with her. And after a 15 session, her anxiety dropped. But what she realized is she was not only able to have life without anxiety, but a lot of positive things happen around that. She was able to laugh freely when she was with her girlfriend, having fun. She was able to have a better relationship with her husband because she was less controlling. When we have a lot of anxiety, we have tendency to want to control everything to feel better, but she was very hard on her husband and on their relationship. So working with the neurofeedback, she was able to really release that. So we were able to help her in many levels. And so that it's one of the consequences of helping the brain to be more balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I think that we don't realize how many of those things touch our lives, right? So if you have anxiety, it's going to affect every single area of your life. And so if you heal that, it does. It helps your relationships. It helps your joy. It helps, right? Everything, your career and so forth. So that's the crux of that. That is really amazing. And what a gift for her that you truly changed her life. I mean, how many millions of people out there are struggling with anxiety, especially now, fear and sleeplessness. And then you work with children too.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Children and teenagers as well. Unfortunately, nowadays, you have a lot of teenagers with anxiety, even suicidal, and it's a true issue for society. And so we have MDs or psychologists sending us their clients. So we work in collaboration with them. We do not replace the psychologist or the MD, but we work with them. We are part of their protocol.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, no, I know, because I feel that, and I was a homeopathic physician for years, and there were so many teenagers under so much pressure and, to perform and just not happy and a lot of uncertainty. I would imagine, right now, and with teenagers or college students entering the workforce going, what's going to be. So I'm sure it brings up a tremendous amount of anxiety, but I know for those of you parents that are watching this right now, you definitely need to consider this because, a lot of the methods that are out there are temporary, and this is so healing. I know you work with my husband, Mike, also my business partner for a long time, and he has had addiction issues in his past, has been sober for quite some time. But you've also worked with people that have had addictions.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We work with them, any kind of addiction. Because in fact, before people thought it was a weakness. In fact, it's not a weakness. It's a way the brain is wired. And the reward will be the addiction. And so when you rewire the brain, then reward becomes something else. And so then the addiction, of course, as Marie-Laure said, we don't only work with them, they have their own other support. But with us, you really help the brain to rewire itself, so then they won't have this fear of falling again in the addiction, and they will be more free and they will be more open, and more the time passes, more they are confident that they won't relapse. And people can find a lot of statistics online about how neurofeedback help. It's 75% of less relapse when you do neurofeedback on top of another model than if you don't do it. It's only, I think it's really double your chance of not relapsing. And so
yeah. And why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to do that? I think it's so smart. And what I also know with Mike is that, he would agree, he's way more focused. He was a little ADD. Well, we both are, but it's, I've really noticed that since he's worked with you, he is way more focused. And I feel like people are so distracted these days in general. So why is it more important now than ever to make sure that people are working at what you call peak performance?
it's very important, I think, because we are in a competitive society. So we need to think smarter than our competitors. And even if our business is in a field where you have less competition, the market is always changing. Look at today, how rapidly the market is changing. So you need to be able to regain this neuroplasticity that we have already talked, this resilience, flexibility of the brain, of the neurons, so that you can adapt more easily to changes. So it's very important today to be open, to adapt. So we know, let's compare with the body. If your body is not flexible, then you will fall easily. You will hurt yourself easily. So it will be the same with the brain. If your brain is not flexible, so then you won't be able to adapt. But it will be very difficult to adapt to new situations. So resilience and flexibility is very important. And so with neurofeedback, you can easily regain or access to this neuroplasticity of your brain.
So it's kind of like, is it waking up the brain cells too? Is it waking up?
Yeah, it's stimulating the brain. So you have you do a better quality and bigger quantity of new neural pathway. You are constantly making new neural pathway as a human, but when the brain is properly stimulated, it helps to create a better quality and a better quantity because of the quality of the communication. That's why it's easy for people to change habits. It's an easier time than other time, and it's an easier time to learn something new or to implement something.
How about memory?
What about memory? Memory is in link with many different parts of the brain. So we need to activate the brain. We need to decrease the stress. We need to help people to re-engage with their senses, because the sense link with the memory as well. And a lot of stress creates a lot of block emotionally. So the emotion and the also in link. So you have a lot of elements need to be put it together for the memory to be reactivated properly.
And if you are distracted all the time, it will be difficult to memorize something. And what they have discovered as well about what she talked about, when the brain cut the connection we are not using anymore. Let's say you are not learning a new language today. You are not learning how to read. You are just using your skills. So then the brain cut the connection you are not using, and the information in the brain goes more slowly from one point to another. The image is not as clear as it was before, and then you lose your memory.
Wow. And so this is, what the work that you do really makes a difference for.
Absolutely. Because life event can have created blocks. Life event can have damaged neural pathways. So the brain training, we know the neural pathway that have been damaged, the part where there is blocks, the part that are overstimulated, the part that are understimulated. So we know all that, and we can rebalance not only the left and the right part of the brain, but as well the whole part of the brain. So then the brain function at a higher level, and you have a better memory, you sleep better, you get rid of depression, all this kind of things.
Yeah, that's powerful. And so, I know you work with people one-on-one, but now you have a capacity where you can work with anybody around the world, right? They can
Absolutely.
on their time. I'm so excited about this. So for those of you that are listening right now and you're like, this is exactly what I need, you don't need to be in Encinitas, California. You could be anywhere. So can you talk about how you work with clients long distance?
Yes. Yeah. And today, one of the clients I will have after our discussion is in New Zealand. So it's really everywhere. It's very exciting, in fact.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. So we use different model to look at the brain because the brain is complex. So we use different type of assessment to look at the brain. So first we assess, and we have, thanks to your encouragement, we have find very valuable assessment we can do from a distance. One of them is from a renowned neuroscientist, which is very good at explaining to the public what is the brain. It's David Eagleman. Maybe some of our listeners have seen his show on Netflix. Anyway, he created a very serious and very well done series of assessments, so that it's one of the assessment we are using, not the only one. But so first people do assessment with them, and after we develop a special program for each individual, and we follow them during the program. We don't only follow their progress, but we also offer them a form of coaching to adapt it to their own need and their specific life circumstance and their specific issues with exercise.
Mm-hmm. And that's again on your impulse, because I remember you said you need to create a program. And so that's what we did. So we searched, we looked, and we created a program that is really specific to each person. And this program, as Marie-Laure is saying, it's very important. It's following the person all along the way. And we provide evaluation, and we show to people how the brain is improving. Most important is a big improvement they see in their life. Like, for example, Bob, one of our clients, who came to us, he was very successful. He was a perfect business owner. He was good for sales. He was good to find his people. He was good to reach out, good in marketing, but he could not sleep. The problem was, since he was a teenager, he said, but when he arrived at 45 years old, that was starting to be a big problem. And because he had his eyes on his number, he could see that he was starting to struggle. He was not as well performing as he was before. And so he came to us because of his sleep issue and panic attack. So, but then after that, even as we said, if you come for that, then if it's a memory issue that is there, that you don't talk to us about, we will see it by the assessment in the brain, and we'll help the brain to recover whatever needs to be recovered to reach your performance.
And so did he, how did that impact?
And so Bob, after he did something like it was a little difficult at the beginning because he had been in place for a long time. For some people, even if he had been in place for a long time, very quickly they will sleep again. But him, before, he was taking pills to sleep, and then he was oversleeping, and then he was not coming to work. So that was his struggle. And so, but with the brain training, we discovered by rebalancing the brain, he could sleep. The brain knew how to sleep.
Wow.
He needed some help. That was all what we provided. And then he could sleep again, and then his business can flourish again. You know, it's
wow. That's so powerful. And when you work with people long distance, so are they, you know, how much time does this take? Because I know people are like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm so busy. Can you share a little bit how that works?
It's a good question. And so the training is flexible completely to the choice of the person. So the person choose what day of the week they want to do the training and what time of the day they want to do the training. So from one week to another, they can change, or from one day to another, they can change. They completely adapt it to their own schedule. And for the follow-up, we adapt to the need of the person. Sometimes it's once a week. For some clients, it's every other week. For some clients, it's every 3 weeks. It depends if you come for peak performances or if you come for trauma. It depends of what you come for and what are your needs. So it's how we design.
So we really adapt to the person.
So is it like getting in a meditative state? Is it something that they're wearing headphones and?
Yes, thank you. I was not precise enough. So it's based on we evaluate 6 different areas of their brain, which are directly related to the behavior, the way you see the world, the way you respond to the world. Based on that, we design signal, frequency, vibration, and we put it in the music. The music is just a support. So the music is just for you to know when you need to start to listen, when you need to stop to listen. but it's all about the frequency and the signal in the music, which help your brain to get back balance. That's why we need to do an assessment for each, this assessment and other for each single client, because it's different for each person. Even if maybe I am depressed and Sophie is depressed, but maybe the origin of our depression will not be the same, and the way we operate in our brain will not be exactly the same. We will have difference, so we can't help these two persons the same way. We need to adapt to exactly what's going on for them. So yes, you just need Wi-Fi and headphone, and you just need to find the time during the day to listen to it. And it's not everyday training, it's a few times a week.
Yeah, and I think, but how powerful anyway, even just, alone, just stopping and listening to the music and closing your eyes, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
It's very relaxing.
It's very relaxing, and it's people feel more clear-minded after. They feel a sense of more. When you have a deeper sense, you are more confident as well, because you access really more easily your talent and your inspiration and your ideas. So,
and what I've seen on myself is that your brain being better organized, you are even better organized at work. So you are more productive. So we are not taking time out of your schedule. We are adding time to you because you are more productive.
Yeah, and it's all of our testimonials.
Yeah, well, you're also adding more quality of life, which is everything. And, I think that people need this now really more than ever. And so for those of you business owners right there, and even your children, your spouses, this is something really for the whole family. And, I think that even if you don't have these things that are going on or things are out of balance, it's a way to prevent so that your brain is, staying optimized, just like you would exercise or you would go to the dentist. Exactly. It only makes sense that we also take care of our brain.
Yeah, exactly. And the bonus you will have if you love to meditate, like you, Allison, or I love to meditate, Marie-Laure too. So if you love to meditate, you will see that more quickly you go in the meditation mode. Your brain does not wander everywhere. You are better focused, so you have a deeper meditation, and you get much more insight because of this deeper meditation.
Yeah, I love it.
As you were saying, when someone feels better in a family, it affects everybody around. So we have a lot of fun with Danielle, because frequently it's a spouse or it's a parent said, "Oh my gosh, the harmony in the house is so much better. Everybody is so much more calm because this child is not out of rage anymore." And our spouse tell us, "Make sure she knows I'm happy with the training. Tell her I'm happy with the training." So it's very funny, because it's not only the person feeling better, but it's the person around as well from it.
Well, this is so fantastic. So I know you have a special gift for the people that are listening today, and I want to know that for people to know how to reach you, and so that they can work with you and really experience this deep healing that you provide.
Yes.
Can you share that?
I would like first of all to reach your pinnacle. First, if people are not on your program, Allison, I would recommend them to be on it. That's for sure. For us, you can either go out to our website, myoptimalbrain.com, and then there we have brain tips. You can find brain tips, and you can register for our newsletter. It's a good way to always receive new information. And of course, you can always call us anytime and ask us if we could be a good fit for you. And today we have a gift for you. We have a 15 minutes complimentary consultation that we can offer to you. So then we can go over your needs and we can explain to you what we can do for you.
And how do people get that 15-minute consultation? Where do they go?
So they can go to our website, book their appointment if you are listening tonight, or you can give us a call.
All right, so myoptimalbrain.com. Mm-hmm. And why don't you just give us the phone number? Let's just put that out there.
760-633-3328. So
760-633-3328.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, I'm all about sharing this work because I highly believe in it. And I really just see the results that you get for people. I mean, you even worked with Denise Mueller, who is like the fastest woman on a bicycle. And you helped her, and I've known Denise for years, and she's had all kinds of ADD and everything, and you really helped her prepare. You know, here, talk about an athlete at high performance. You really helped her prepare.
Yes, yeah. And she said you helped her in her business because she was better focused, and you helped her in her relationship.
Yes. She really needed to be in the zone for this performance because you have so much risk involved. And things happen so fast, and she really needed to be on top of her game. So she had a physical coach, she had a coach, bicycle coach, and she had us. So we were all together helping her to achieve a perfect time.
You're part of her success team. Really?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Well, listen, thank you both, Dr. Danielle, Marie-Laure. I'm so happy that you're here. Check out myoptimalbrain.com. We will also put that on the video here. And definitely take advantage of this consultation. Get on their website, look at their tips. Take care of your brain. It deserves it. And thank you both for being here with us. And so for those of you that this is your first time to the Scale or Fail show, definitely subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that before. You want to do that. We are all places that podcasts reside. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We are on iTunes, of course. We've got an audio version, video version, whatever works best for you. We have well over 100 episodes, lots of amazing information. If you want to learn how we can help you grow your business, check out Pinnacle Global Network, where we mentor business owners all over the world, including Dr. Danielle and Marie-Laure and in My Optimal Brain, which has been wonderful working with them for the last 5 years and seeing their growth. Go to pinnaclegn.com. Until next time, get out there and elevate yourself because you are worth it. Bye, everybody. From my experience, business owners think way too small. In this disruptive marketplace, you have to stay innovative or you won't be here anymore. Business is not easy, but you don't have to do it alone anymore. We take you by the hand every step of the way so that you can finally take those hopes and those dreams and make them a reality. I'm Allison Maslan. I am the founder and CEO of Pinnacle Global Network. We guide and empower business owners around the globe to grow and scale companies that change the world. Pinnacle Global Network is a private mentoring and mastermind network where our business owner clients are partnered with the CEO for private mentoring and small group masterminds, the most amazing live events, and a vibrant community of supportive entrepreneurs. In Pinnacle, we work with business owners that are at the 6, 7, or 8-figure level. They're established business owners that have been running their companies 5, 10, 20, or more years, and they're either stuck at the same level and they just can't get beyond that, or they've been on a great trajectory, but they want a much bigger leap. So my father was my biggest inspiration, and he built the largest chain of women's clothing stores from 1955 to the early 80s. And he had such a passion for his work, and that really rubbed off on me. I started my first business when I was 19 and have built 10 companies over the last 3 decades. And so now in Pinnacle Global Network, I take that wisdom and experience for all those years in business, and I get to pay it forward with my team to help our clients really grow and thrive.
We have an amazing team at Pinnacle Global Network, and it all stems from Allison. Her core values, her vision, her mission in life, and she really has attracted like-minded individuals who have the same vision and mission for our clients.
The team are a bunch of rock stars. These are some of the most talented, diverse, exciting, experienced people you'll ever meet.
They have all grown multi-million-dollar businesses, and they all really care about the client's success.
We know what it's like to start a business. We know what it's like to grow a business. We know what it's like to scale a business. We've been there. We know the ups and downs. We've made a ton of mistakes, and we now get to share the benefit of our experiences with all of our clients.
What clients who work with us can expect is to get all of us. We bring 100% of our heart, our head, our knowledge, our experience, our team to what someone's wanting to solve.
There's a lot of support out there for the startup business owner. So we really focus on the established business owner because something happens, like you get traction in your business and all of a sudden you are the forgotten entrepreneur. Business owners work really hard and they get overwhelmed, they get exhausted. And the truth is that if you're the one that is delivering your product or service, your business cannot scale. And so we help our clients build a team-managed company so they're actually able to leave for a good period of time and the business continues to thrive. We work our Scale It method and help them figure out their multiplier so they can replicate themselves and their offering, and their business actually multiplies in profits and the number of people that they impact.
The Pinnacle community is just an incredible tribe of business owners that get together and speak the same language. Having people that are on the same path as you is so incredibly important and so powerful. It's a big part of our program.
When you come in as a business owner, growing a business or scaling a business, it gets lonely at the top. And this is an environment that you are never alone.
We become your advisory board. We actually will stand behind you. So when you take a step forward, guess what we do? We take a step forward so you can't go back. And so it's not just about business, it's about helping you be the best version of yourself.
So for businesses to really scale, the business owner has to move away from being a boss where they're micromanaging and telling people what to do, and basically then they have no life, to shifting into being a leader where they're empowering their team to stand up and take ownership so that they can take it and run with it, and the business owner actually then gets their life back.
And transformation is not an option when it comes to entrepreneurship. Transformation is required. As you grow your business, you get to a new level and you have to transform. As a person, as an organization, we're set apart because we help people transform. And that's probably our greatest challenge and our greatest strength.
Success is not created in a silo. Smart business owners know that if you want to get to the top, you have to work with someone that's been there, that's done it, that walks their talk. And so that you have this geo-force behind you and you get there in the fraction of the time. Having a coach is not just a luxury. It is one of the most important things that you can do to grow your business.